How's it going, guys? I am back in the world of Fallout 4 and I didn't actually leave. I'm sorry, it took me ages to create a new video, but it's just because of the new DLC. It's been a lot of fun tinkering with the new machines, the new sidekicks. They are just fucking ace, and they're great for settlement defense. I've been enjoying making settlements again for a change. Look at them stalking around. They are brilliant. So yes, I've made another power arm build. And I'm sorry guys, I just can't help it. I love being in power armor. It's just one of those things. I absolutely love it. And the new DLC, it did produce a new set of power armor. And check it out, it's here. Look. Tesla power armor. Fucking great, but I'm going to save that one because I'm going to confess to a little love affair of mine here, and that is the T45 armor. I am a big fan of this armor set. I love how widely available it is. I love how easy it is to repair. And I had a build for this this armor set in mind that I've been wanting to get off my chest for a while. And the new DLC, it definitely gave me a chance to experiment with this build. So this is the Ironclad. This is obviously a power armor user, but with a little bit of a difference. It's a big leagues character, so we're using melee weapons here, and the thing you'll notice if you ever make a build like this is the huge amount of carry weight you've got, and you haven't got very many weapons to really fill that weight. So I figured, what's better than a set of power armor? And the answer seemed to be 2 sets of power armor. Once you've picked up a couple of base weapons, you've got so much free space that you can just queue up another set of power armor for when your existing one fails. And it's here obviously that the T45 set absolutely shines, because you can repair the entire set with a bobby pin and a hot plate. It just takes a couple of scraps of steel. It's brilliant. You can lane for hours with this setup. And it got me thinking about the new survival difficulty, you know, what kind of build I'd like to run there. And I want someone who can lane for hours, who isn't dependent on going back to a settlement or resupplying ammo every 10 minutes. And this kind of build is perfect for it, because you could just equip a helmet with rad scrubbers and survive indefinitely, as long as you can find somewhere to sleep eventually. So I don't know whether you've noticed yet, but this guy can move. I've taken the moving target perk with this build and stacked it with the optimized servos mod for both legs of the power armor on every single set I've got. And the result is I can sprint for around about a minute straight, flat out. Which again ties in with the new survival difficulty, the no fast travel rule. We needed a way to get around that, and this is the way I found. This guy can get around the map so fast. And in combat it obviously helps with using Pain Train, which this character uses for devastating effect. And with a pet robot in tow, you've got perfect covering fire. They're great for taking out turrets. And check out this regen. Look at that regeneration between combat. So quick. That's the regeneration field mod stacked with Life Giver. So as always, let's take a look at this guy's stats. He starts with 8 in strength, but you're going to place the book there from Sanctuary, and that's going to get you 9 when you start out, and that's going to be for Rooted. So we can place that perk straight away and capitalise on the damage there a little bit. 1 in Perception, because we don't need any. You either can hit them or you can't when it comes to melee builds. 4 in Endurance for some good survivability, and that'll be increased to 5 once you've got the bobblehead. 1 in Charisma, and there's a good reason for that. I didn't interact with a single trader during this playthrough. I made it a little goal of mine. I didn't buy a single fusion core, I didn't sell a single round of ammo, or shoot a single round of ammo. So Charisma would have been absolutely useless. Lone Wanderer would have been absolutely perfect for this character, but you can't use your pet robots with Lone Wanderer. So Charisma is basically out. 7 in intelligence, and that means you can then place perks into robotics expert once you've collected the bobblehead. 4 in agility, and that is going to be our slow burn stat. We're going to be placing our hard points there very, very gradually and working our way up towards blitz. Blitz in power armor is not something you want to be doing early on when you're trying to save up a nice collection of fusion cores. You want to wait that one out and slowly work up towards it. But once you do, it is well worth it. And finally, 3 ranks in luck, so that we can start placing points into Bloody Mess, which is going to partially replace the lack of Lone Wanderer. So let me rattle these off real quick. We've got 5 in Big Leagues, 4 in Armourer, 3 in Blacksmith, 3 in Life Giver, 3 in Rooted, 4 in Medic for those emergent situations, 4 in Science, 3 in Robotics Expert for obvious reasons, 2 in Scrapper, 3 in Pain Train, 3 in Moving Target, 3 in Blitz, 3 in Bloody Mess, and finally 2 in Action Boy. So in terms of weapons, you're going to want to get your hands on Big Jim as early as you possibly can. Shove a big nail through it. It is one of the best early game weapons you can get your hands on. Take a look at this. This Deathclaw decided to be nosy one night, and it's straight down. Like the kneecapper effect is so powerful on the bigger enemies, and I handled the Deathclaw at the start of the game in exactly the same fashion. And one of my settlers there managed to steal one of my rippers from a workbench by the looks of things, and he's having a bit of fun with that there. So there's other perks that could be handy. I know that I could have taken Chemist perks, but apparently Fury does not work at the moment, and I did test it myself and it doesn't seem to be working at all, which is a real big shame. It's one of the things I was really looking forward to with this build, was testing out Fury. It doesn't work. You don't get a damage, but you get the negative effects of the chem, but not the damage bonus. It's ridiculous. Just typical Bethesda shit, bullshit. So that's a good example there of just quickly switching over components during combat. It's just tons of fun. It's a really nice way to play, just quickly swapping over your parts, and you're back to full armor health. It's this behemoth is screwed. He's already got one leg down. The other one's, yeah, that's the other one gone. And then the fucked. This works on Mirelurk Queens, Deathclaws, anything. Down he goes. Big Jim. Don't underestimate Big Jim. It's the weapon of champions. So with the power armor mods, you want the optimized braces for the arms and the optimized servos for the legs. And then pretty much any torso mod you want, you could go with the I like Tesla coils. I love Tesla coils. I like the jetpack. The jetpack's always a good one. So they're my 2 favourites. Cleansing torso is also good if you want to use chems a lot. Maybe I like to use jet a lot during combat. I just tended to use buff tats or psycho buff for this character. If I thought I was getting into a tricky situation, or if I was in the glowing sea, then I'd probably be under the chems most of the time while I was there. For end game weapons, you want to get your hands on Big Jim, as I've already stated. You want Big Jim. You want a Ripper. The Ripper is just brilliant. The Ripper's really good. It can disarm anything in milliseconds. Like if you're fighting a super mutant, you'll take off its gun straight away within the first couple of seconds. It'll pull out its board, then you'll disarm the board, and it brings enemies just down to the same level as you, basically. So if you see, I don't know, a legendary gunner with a plasma rifle and you're worried about him, pull out your Ripper. Your Ripper will take that rifle away within seconds. It just brings them down to below your level straight away. And the Ripper is also brutal. For some reason, I don't know why, it's absolutely brutal in VATS. Very cool weapon. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you soon.